Yo, and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Hootmoney here with another video for you guys today. We're talking about Vinco, Shrinko, BBIG stock. Once again, I just wanted to check in on you guys because this one has been, well, hurting. It's back down another 4% today. There's no Form 10. There's no dividend in sight. There's no real catalyst to look forward to in the near future. So at this point, the people that are left in BBIG are the diamond hand holders, the people that believe in Tide, Cryptide, and the valuation of Lemotive, and they just believe that Zash, which BBIG will be turning into in the future, will be a good, profitable company. Now, I don't think it's all over. I do think that in December we'll likely get the FOMO back into BBIG, as that's likely when we'll get that Cryptide dividend, but we still don't have the Form 10. We don't have an exact date, so until then it'll probably likely stay kind of flat. Like, you can't really expect a huge rally if there's no anticipation catalyst or anything of that nature. Anyways, if you guys don't mind leaving that early like on the video, early likes are always so very highly appreciated here on this channel. Subscribe for more content. Hit that notification bell down below. We go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open, so make sure you got that notification bell to check it out. And you can also check out my my trade alerts right here. Boom. You can also hit that join button down below if you want the trade alerts. Anyways, let's just take a look at the BBIG chart. As you guys can see, we have BBIG it reaching a new bottom. So it did see a bottom here at $4.53, and this was a double bottom. This is actually triple bottom. We bottomed out here, we bottomed out here, we bottomed out here. So it seems like this stock doesn't want to go below there. I'm not going to say it's not going to go below there, because it very well could. People might want to liquidate their assets in order to get into other plays. AMC, GameStop's moving now. There's tons of other plays. Bed Bath & Beyond also up today. So there's real reasons that people might want to sell their BBIG stock, because they want to make money in some other play sooner. But you can see there's huge demand around this $4.50 level. And if you're a patient investor, it's probably a decent investment at this point. And I'm not going to say it's financial advice, but if we got this dividend anticipation rally once, we're likely going to get it again. And if it got up to $8.45 once, it might get up there again in December. People are just impatient. We're back down to $4.60. In my eyes, that looks like an absolute steal if it does get back up to $8.50. There's tons of people I know that are still holding it, still waiting for it. Again, if we go to this daily chart, there's tons of gaps for it to fill, and gaps fill 90% of the time. So the first gap is back up to about 590. The second one's up to about 450 or 750, and then the last one's up to about 950. So there's definitely plenty of room for BBIG to keep going up. And as you guys have seen, it triple bottomed right here. So perhaps that's a bullish sign. Perhaps this is a short-term low, but in the grand scheme, if it does end up breaking below this point, I do see it potentially going back to about $4 per share, but probably not much below $4 per share, and it probably won't happen overnight. So that's what I see in the technicals for BBIG. Obviously, Benzinga said that there was potentially a technical reversal right here. There was, but it did come and sell off right here. It found huge resistance. So we'll see what happens. There's nothing to really get huge buying pressure in BBIG, so that's just how I see it. I see it as something that's just going to eat up call and put premiums for now on, and the long-term holders are the ones who are going to be rewarded. That's how it tends to work out in the stock market. Anyways, if you guys wanted to check out this technical analysis software, it's WeBull desktop. You can check it out right here. Boom, promotion on the screen. I've got links in the description or in the pinned comment section to check it out. And they're giving away up to $2,300 per deposit. So if you were to deposit even a penny on their platform, you can get up to $2,300 in free stock just for signing up and depositing at least 1 penny. So it's kind of like hitting the lottery. It's an amazing technical analysis software. It's got every type of technical indicator you want, moving averages, Bollinger Bands, MACD, RSI, volume indicators, and a bunch of other ones as well. It's got order flow, level 2 data, analyst ratings, financial statements, you name it. It has pretty much everything you need to do a full technical or fundamental analysis of a stock, and I think it's definitely worth having at least one account there, whether it's moving your Robinhood account over the WeBull or something, a small account. I understand if you don't want to put your main account there, but I think it's at least worth having a small account there, and it's on iOS and Android. And anyways, this has been taking way too long, so let's just get right into the other things. So we have the SEC filings right here. Again, no Form 10 on or about the week of October 25th. It's now November. They haven't said anything. There's no press releases here either. Absolutely nothing, but they did get that new Cryptide news right here focused on the BTC mining, which was good news. We did bump up from that, but obviously we have sold off since then, so it wasn't good enough. We really just want more news on Cryptide. Honestly, that's what people want. We're also still on this regulation threshold security list, meaning that there's probably still naked shorting and failure to deliver is going on in BBIG. If we're being completely honest, the shorts are just completely tearing down this stock now that there's no real catalyst in sight. Again, we're number 20 on the short squeeze leaderboard. This is really good. It's been moving up. So it was around 29. It's actually been moving up. So that's actually pretty decent for BBIG. Obviously, there's tons of short sellers in the stock. Any type of move can put pressure on shorts. So we're still going to have that potential short squeeze. And we can look at the Ortex data to get a better idea of what is going on. First things first, utilization was at 100% 7 days ago, 95 now. We're going to go over this in a second, but it seems like there's always going to be a jump from about 100% utilization down to 95%. We've seen this so many times, and I think it's because of Hudson Bay. Hudson Bay has such huge ownership in this stock that they're probably just going to end up loaning out shares or doing something behind the scenes that I can't really tell you because I don't have that information, but I think this utilization thing is Hudson Bay, and as you guys can see, another 2 million borrowed shares were taken out today, and only 100,000 returned. They're paying a 60% cost to borrow, which is pretty high. We've seen higher, but that's still pretty high, and the short interest is just still coming up here. As you guys can see right here, there's really no reason. We've got on loan new and on loan returned on the chart. There's no reason for there to be continuing to have all these shares. The yellow line is the newly shorted shares, and then the orange line is the newly returned shares. And as you guys can see, every day the yellow line is above the orange line, with exception of the day right here on October 29th. But every other day there's an excess of about 2 million shorts there, about 300,000 there, another 300,000 there, another 300,000, 400,000 there, about a million here, about 2 million here excess. It just doesn't make sense. They're continuing to find shares out of thin air, it seems like. And once we put utilization on the chart, you'll see that it touches 100% utilization. And then it just goes back down to 95%. Then it goes again, touches 100%. So we're just teeter-tattering between 95 and 100% utilization. And I think that is just very, very strange. And obviously, if you're at 100% utilization, there shouldn't be additional shares being shorted then returned, but we keep getting that each and every single day. They seem to be finding shares to short no matter what. So that's a risk for BBIG, and I do think Hudson Bay might be behind that. Anyways, we can move into some of the Fintel data. As you guys can see, about 650,000 shares available to be shorted. Again, number 20th on the short squeeze leaderboard. The short borrow rate has been at about 40%, which is not the highest that you want. Shorts can easily pay this. We want it to be over 100%, but it is still pretty high, higher than most stocks. So we'll take it for now. Once we get a catalyst going, it'll likely get a lot higher. Anyways, the dark pool volume, actually the short volume, we'll look at this one. It's been under 40, so it's not as crazy as it was on the run up, but it's still pretty high. It got as low as about 30 just past weeks. About 2 weeks ago, it was at like 30%. Now it's around 40% on average each day, maybe a little bit less, but still, that's really high. 40% short volume is really high, and the fact that it's been at 100% utilization and they still find shares to short and 40% of the volume is short volume, I don't know. It's very interesting to say the least. Anyways, we have some failure to delivers here as well. There was a huge uptick the first half of October, and the 12, 13, and 14, we can go back to the chart. That's when there was a ton. You can see right back here. It was these days right here. These days, on the run-up, tons of failure to delivers. And just like my theory stated, tons of naked shorting was going on that run-up. And I also was predicting multiple times it would end up on the threshold security list because of the clear and obvious naked shorting. And then they moved the put options once they ran out of naked shorts. But anyways, I digress. That's what they've been doing. You can see it here in the failure to deliver data, and you can pick that apart yourself if you want to. Anyways, we've got the options flow. The options flow is not too much. We're only using 5,000 premium or more as side only because, well, there was only 1, 2, 3, 4 option trades that were over 10,000 in premium, which is not too much. So we can pull up the charts right here to get a general idea of what is going on. It's about 71% bullish, so 71% calls by whales, and about 30% puts by whales. So whales seem to be buying the dip for the most part, but you can't ignore that 30% puts. The whales are going for that 2023 mostly, looking far out today. That's actually pretty unusual. So if we look right here, we got one right here for about 11K for the 2023. There was another one right here for 2023 and another one here for 2023. So that's a bit unusual. You know, I don't know. That's weird. We haven't seen that before. Most of the time, it's over here, right? We got the 1105s, the 1112s, close expiration dates. Now they're going for the 1217s, the 121-21s, and it's just longer term expiration dates for the bulls, shorter term for the bears. So what that means to me is that it's probably going to do what I expect it to do, and it's going to probably go flat for a bit, but later into December, into 2022, that's when it'll probably get an uptick in price as we get closer to the Cryptide dividend and more things evolved and there's more catalysts in the BBIG business. So this could potentially be a time to be fearful or be greedy while others are fearful in BBIG. If we look at the strike price that they're going for, there was one at the $15 strike price. Again, very unusual there, but the rest were at the 6, the 5.5, and the 5. So those are slightly out of the money. So most of these call options are out of the money, meaning that there's probably some upside, at least a little bit of upside here. We can look at the historical flow as well. And again, the flow is very, very low compared to what it was. This is some of the lowest flow that we've ever seen, but there's still 3 hours in the market being open, so I'm not going to be too picky about that one. But the flow, the order flow has been coming down, or not the order flow, the call option volume has been coming down. My apologies. Anyways, we can look at the dark pool volume again. It's been coming down, not what we're used to. We're used to this type of volume right here. It's weird, but you know, it's coming down a bit, so that makes sense. We have the 10 biggest option trades recently. Today we had mostly all calls were being traded. Some of them were bearish, some people were selling some of these shorter term calls. It looks like 1112, 1105. That's just a slight de-risking, it looks like, but other people betting big. Right here we've got a 121 2022. That was the biggest bet today. Also 1126 was the second biggest for a 5.5, and this one was selling. So perhaps these were linked together, I don't know, but it does look like this one was at 10:30 a.m. and this one was at 12 a.m. So maybe these were the same person. They bought it thinking it would bounce and then they sold. I can't tell you, but that is a weird trade. But it's mostly calls being traded, not really big puts. So what that probably tells me is there's probably not too much money to be made on the put side at this point. Again, we're at pretty much a low, so selling calls could be a decent strategy if you want to burn premium, but I don't think buying puts is going to be like a fair strategy because there's such high implied volatility. And then again, looking at the unusual whale alerts, there were 3 bearish alerts in a row here. One was on 10/27, the other 10/27, and then another one was 11/1 on Monday. So it makes sense. This was a 450 put expiring 12/03. This bull this bear, I mean, thinks it's going to keep going down. He might have closed it. I believe this option is up right now. If we look at it, boom, yeah, it's up a little bit, so you don't know if they closed it or not. It was fired around 65 cents. Now it's at around 80 cents, so it is up. They could close it, but who the heck knows what these whales are doing. Anyways, that's about it for the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I enjoyed making it as always. And if you guys did, kindly ask you to leave that like on the video, subscribe for more, and hit them post notifications down below so you don't miss it when we go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. at market open. Guys, that's about it for BBIG. It's gonna be a boring ride for the next month or so, in my opinion. I don't think there's much to look forward to, but at the same time, we're reaching some new lows. At this point, most people still in the stock are long-term investors, so from that point on, it could be a decent time to be greedy while others are fearful. That's just what it's seeming like right now. It's still up from its lows of the 2021 year, so there's potentially some more downside, but at least in the next month or so, I don't think this could really get too far below $4 per share. So at that point, I don't think it's good to short this stock. I don't think it's good to buy puts on this stock. I would just hold this stock if you have it already, and potentially if you're a new customer, maybe buy some shares. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give financial advice. I'm just here to present data and give my opinions on the stock, and it's up to you to agree with them or not. If you guys wanted to check out the trade alerts, boom, you can click that link or hit that join button down below. That's about it. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you wanted to sign up for WeBull, again, links in the description or pinned comment section. Up to $2,300 in free stock just for signing up and depositing at least 1 penny on their platform. That's about it, guys. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Keep your heads high. BBIG is not doing too hot, but there's patient investors will be awarded. That's usually how it goes. Anyways, I'll be seeing you guys later, and that's about it. Peace.